Hello, and welcome to another of several presentations about ethics. I'm your host, Danielle Barrett, and this series is brought to you by the USDA Office of Ethics, where we're happy to answer all of your questions at the end of this presentation. Today, we'll showcase 8 tips for how to fill out your OGE Form 450. But first, let's take a moment to learn about why this form is important to the work we do at USDA. The OGE Form 450 Confidential Financial Disclosure Report is a tool that allows us to take a prospective look at certain employees' financial interests. We need to have our federal work be free of conflicts with our personal interests. The moral principle is one should not use federal work for self-enrichment. Further, there's a criminal statute against a conflict of interest here. The 450 form is a tool that allows us to screen employees for conflicts of interest in a prospective fashion. It allows ethics officials to analyze employees' holdings on an annual basis and ensure that USDA employees are not violating federal law, namely 18 U.S.C. 208. So quickly, what is a conflict of interest? A conflict of interest occurs when there's a link between something you're working on in your official capacity and your personal financial interests. If you were to work on that matter, there would be a potential that you could be enriching yourself. So that's the why of financial disclosure. If you're wondering who has to file, there are guidelines to help managers determine who needs to file each year. Typically though, not always, filers will be more senior level individuals or those who work on contracts, procurements, inspections, and so on. And now, 8 quick tips to help you file your report. First, file in a timely manner. It's due every year on February 15th. You can begin filing on January 1st. The sooner you get it done, the better protected you'll be. OE officials will review your report and get back to you very quickly if they see something problematic. If you're a new filer, it's especially important that you complete the report quickly. Without the guidance from an ethics official, you're at risk of violating the law without knowing it. Usually, you get 30 days to complete the form as a new filer. OE strongly recommends you make completing your 450 form a first-week priority. Second, what should you do if you're unsure whether an asset should go on the report or not? This can be hard sometimes because of the diversity of financial instruments. If you're not sure, go ahead and put it on the report. Only you and the ethics office, and sometimes your supervisor, depending on where you work at USDA, ever see the report. It's not publicly releasable and is considered to be as private as your personnel file. Since no one else can see it, it's okay to overreport. Your ethics official will advise you if you overreported something so you know you don't need to report it going forward. Tip number 3 deals with the reporting of government benefits. Benefits you receive from the federal government are not reportable. For example, your salary, TSP, FERS, VA benefits, and others are not required to be on the report. The reason is you already work for the government. Since you work for the government, you can't have a conflict of interest with the government. The 4th tip is to remember to report the holdings of your spouse, dependent child, and general partner. Under the Conflicts of Interest law, the financial interests of these people are imputed to you. In other words, their holdings are treated as if they were yours. Consequently, you need to report the holdings of these people. The 5th tip is to respond to questions from your ethics official. They are not trying to play gotcha with these reports. Instead, they use the 450 form as a way to help protect you from criminal liability and protect the integrity of our agency's programs and procedures. The faster you respond to the questions about your report, the better support you and your agency will receive. The next tip is to break out the underlying assets in any retirement plan you brought from the private sector. For example, if you have a defined contribution plan like a 401k from a company you used to work for, we need to know what is contained in that 401k. The same goes for 403b plans and any kind of IRA. The reason we need this information is we can't make a conflicts analysis just based on the fact that you hold these kinds of financial instruments. The individual assets within these accounts are where the potential conflicts may lie. If you break these out before you submit your report, you'll save yourself and your ethics official a lot of time. Speaking of breaking things out, another area that often causes headaches for everyone is a 529 college savings plan. If you have children and have invested in a 529 plan, you need to report which underlying investments you picked. If you fail to do this, there will be unnecessary email traffic between you and your ethics official. Tip number 7 concerns system passwords and password resetting. If you forget your password, it takes a few minutes for the system to update your new information. When you request a new password, if your ethics official sends you one, wait for 15 minutes after you receive it before you try to log in. The server updates every 10 minutes. If you try to log in before it updates, you'll only lock yourself out again. The last tip is to ask questions when you are stuck. Our ethics officials are very happy to help if you're not sure what to do. The ethics office will help you resolve your issue, whether it is with the instructions or with the system itself. Our goal is to make complying with the financial disclosure requirements as quick and efficient as possible for you. Stay tuned for more interesting and relevant USDA ethics training in the near future. In the meantime, have a great and productive day.